Okay, we're live.
All right.
Woo!
Hi. Welcome to our live. My name is Mandy, and I'm a guest teacher here at Axoschools.
I'm Lawdan, and I'm in 4th grade.
I'm Danielle. I'm another teacher here at Axoschools.
I'm Karosh. I'm a student at Axoschools. And actually, I think the camera's fuzzy. I'm gonna.
It's a little fuzzy. Yeah, help us out here.
Is that better?
It's better than before.
Okay.
I think we're good.
Is it?
Okay.
I
Or
think
is
we're
it
good.
our lighting?
I've done this project before, and I thought it would be a good idea to introduce it to you. So
That's better.
this project is about a book, and about a book of reading. So I am just going to read the back of the book to give you an idea of what the book's about, because the book is the main part of our project, and then here's the cover. So the back. I, Geronimo Stilton, have traveled on the wings of the Dragon of Fortune back to the Kingdom of Fantasy. I was called there by my friend Blossom, Queen of the Fairies, who needed my help. The enchanted winged ring had gone missing. This was terrible news. The ring allows its owner to travel between the Kingdom of Fantasy and the real world, which could be dangerous and powerful if it fell into evil hands. Could I find the ring before it was too late? So basically, that's what the book is about. Geronimo Stilton is his friend Queen Blossom, who has lost the winged ring, and it's about him. The whole book is about him trying to find it. And this live stream is about picking one character from the book that you want, and then doing the project about it. So I've done Queen Blossom.
Yes, and so thank you for that introduction, Lawdan. So it's a really awesome project because you can use any of your favorite fiction titles. So any book that you have at home, you can use it for this project. And you can pick any favorite character from that book in order to do the project, because the project is all about character analysis, which we'll be talking a bit about. Lawdan?
So we've added a lot of fun activities to our art project to make it fun. There are 5 mini activities in our one big project. Kurish is going to explain the vocabulary words on the board, and then after that, Danielle is going to explain activity 1.
Mm-hmm.
So, our vocabulary words are character traits, physical traits, and personality traits. So, character traits is basically just these two. This can be broken down into these 2 parts: physical traits and personality traits. So, physical traits is, if I get the lighting off of it, physical traits is like look. So the reader might describe someone with blue eyes, or being really big, and like that's how a reader will describe, or that's how the author will describe physical traits. And personality traits is stuff like how someone might act in a scenario, just like what their emotions are. So that was our personality traits.
And Danielle, you can explain activity 1.
Okay, so let's talk about what activity 1 looks like. So we have these cool little handouts that we will link below, but this is a character traits list. And basically on here, you can highlight through what traits are actually a part of your character. Some of these are physical traits. Some of these are personality traits. So this will help you identify the different kinds of traits that your character has. Second, we have something that's a little bit more of a writing task. And on this sheet, what you can do is you can actually develop who your character is in your own words. How is your character a person? You can use all of these descriptors that you've gotten from your different traits worksheet, and then you can write it with evidence from the text.
So, like evidence from the text from the book that you're reading, in this case, Dragon of Fortune.
Yes. All right, so I will be explaining project number 2 and project number 3. And all of these resources are going to be linked below, like we said. The second part of figuring out what your character is all about, it might be easy to identify that the character is smart, funny, maybe sporty, things like that, right? But being able to provide the evidence for that in your text is the most important part, and that's something that good readers do. So the second one is all about the traits and then finding evidence. And this is a really cool one because you get to do a little bit of cutting and folding, but what you do is you just cut your paper into a square. That way it fits all into one little place. And then you fold them all into the center like this, okay? So that leaves us with 4 triangles. And on every triangle, you're going to write a trait. I have it here because this is just the template, right? But I know that after talking to Mandana a little bit about Blossom, she let me know that Blossom is really forgiving. And there's a lot of different evidence in the text that tells us that she is forgiving, right?
Yeah.
So, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Do you want to explain that a little bit?
Yeah, so in the book, Dragon of Fortune, so Geronimo did something bad, not on purpose, but he should have gone to jail for the thing that he did. But Blossom was showing mercy, and she was okay with it, and she didn't put Geronimo in jail, and instead had him try and find the winged ring when he had lost it.
Love it. So that is a great example, and it shows evidence for a time that Blossom was very forgiving, right? So I might write the word forgiving here, right? All of these are going to be personality traits, by the way. It's not going to be physical traits for this activity. So you're going to say forgiving, kind, thoughtful, active, right? Things that we know about her personality go on the outside. And on the inside is where you're going to write that piece of evidence. So let's say that on this inside piece, I had said that she was forgiving. Then on the inside, I'm going to write the evidence for that. And I'm going to include a page number in my book so that I can show where I found that information, okay? And then you'll draw a picture right here. I don't think this looks anything like Blossom.
I don't think so either.
So you just pick your character and put them in the center there. So that is project number 2.
I'll explain project number 3.
Oh yeah, is it me next for the top facts? Is it you?
I'll go.
You go.
Sorry. Okay, so I have character traits, which was the vocabulary on the board. And we have the inside traits and the outside traits. So the inside traits are the physical traits, which was vocabulary on the board. And then the personality traits is the inside because it's like how you act. So physical traits is how I look. So say it was me on this picture. I have brown hair. So one of my physical traits would be brown hair. I have brown eyes. One of my physical traits would be brown eyes. So that's physical traits, like on the outside. Now on the inside, it's like, so Mandy, she's nice and thoughtful. So that would be a personality trait because that's how she acts on the inside. That's her personality. So those are character traits and examples of them. And then you can draw your own picture of the character from your book and then write at least 5 physical traits and personality traits.
Very awesome. And then I kind of went out of order there, huh? You can do it in any order you want because these activities are all about the same character.
I just keep on taking whatever seats are open.
I love it. So then this one is really simple. It's just the top 10 facts about your character. It doesn't matter where you are in your book. I know a lot of you might be midway through your book or finishing a book, or maybe you're doing a character about a book that you love already. So you just include the facts that you know about them thus far. Okay, so this one's very simple. So a fact might be, I know Mandana has one brother and his name is Kurosh.
Really?
Yeah, that's a fact. All right.
Okay, and activity 5 is actually my favorite of all of them. It's create a 3D model of your character. So what it means by 3D model is this. So in the story, Blossom is blue. So I made Blossom blue, and I made it out of like a foamy material. It's not the best. It doesn't have to be exactly the same as the character in the book, but I made this out of Blossom. So Blossom is blue. She's not a realistic person. So I did it as blue because that's a physical trait. That's how she looks like on the outside. So you create a model of physical traits. And I made this out of a foamy material, but you guys don't have to make it out of a foamy material. You can make it out of anything that looks semi like your character that you chose from the book. So yeah, you just want to create a 3D model and then make so that the character traits semi-match how the real character is in the book. So like the character in the book has long hair, so I made her have long hair. She's blue, so I made her blue. Obviously the face is not close to her actual face, but I made a couple character traits that are actually like her. So
Nice.
yeah.
There you go.
Love it. And you can use anything around the house for that, right? So I really like that end project. It's really awesome. You can even compile everything into a book if you wanted. You could take these things into a notebook and keep them all in one place and continue to do your own character analysis and other projects if you'd like.
So that kind of wraps up that project, and it can be applied to any sort of book. And really our learning topics for today were what are character traits, what are the personality traits, and what are the physical traits, and how can we do a creative and fun way in order to summarize a character in one of the books that we're reading. So that's that. But we're also kind of creative people, right?
Yeah.
So we want to bring you an experience that is art. And we're going to link below all of the information that you need to get one of these kits to do in your home. Trust me, it comes with everything. It's got your cups, your instructions, your gloves, your canvases, your paints, your sticks, your Sharpies, hello, a drop cloth so you don't even make a mess. So we're going to do what we call pour art. Interesting. These two have done it. Mandy and I have not. So we're going to see how it goes today. So we're going to do an unboxing of what you can expect in one of these kits, and then you can get them and do them on your own.
Yeah.
So yeah, pour art, when you finish, it looks like this, depending on the colors that you use for the pour art.
All right, so let's see what comes in our packaged box, and then we're going to go through and do this art with you.
It's on you. Okay.
All right, so everybody get on their station.
You can.
Okay. So
Oh no.
here, I've already
You lost
labeled
the
that
leg.
one.
You lost a leg.
But
It's gone.
Yeah, you
you'll get a package like this. So it'll come. Everything will come in one of these boxes. You'll have, as you see laid out right here, you get 4 paints. We assume they're random because there are different paints we've gotten in each box. Though we got lucky and got
Gold
2 purples, which everybody has really wanted purple.
and 2 reds.
So you get some small cups, which will show you what you use that for, and 2 big cups. And the 2 big cups, it's 1 per canvas, which you get, once again, 2 of. You get 2 canvases to make your creations with. So we're gonna lay that out right here. You get a tarp for not making a mess, but we already have that laid out. You get instructions if
My
you don't
favorite
teach it
part.
well enough. Let's see. You get a bag full of 4 gloves, 2 per canvas, so you can have 2 people make each one. You get a Sharpie, and you get a bunch of sticks. I think it's 8 sticks, or how many sticks come in it. This feels like an unboxing video by now.
Yeah.
And you get this
Unboxing
this
is
liquid.
huge.
Pour
So,
medium. It's the pour.
You get the pour medium. So before Danielle walks you through it, you can take your cups here and grab stacks of 4. So you can grab a stack of 4 too.
Thank you.
And we're gonna set it up like theirs. So you take your canvas, you first move it, you put down 4 cups around where you think the canvas's corners are gonna be at, just like this. And then you're gonna place the canvas on top of your cups to let it balance, and then you can move your cups in so there aren't like corners peeking out, or align it with the corners of your canvas. And now Danielle is going to, and we've already picked our colors, so we don't argue over it. And Danielle's now going to explain to you the rules, or the instructions.
All right, so once we've been set up like this, we're pretty much good to go. We place our canvas on the 4 corners like we've already done. And now we're going to pick it up, and we're actually going to set an intention for this art project. On the back of it, in the middle of the canvas, you should write your name, a date that you're completing the project, so you know that information, as well as a positive affirmation, a quote, your intention, anything inspiring or anything powerful to you.
I'm not doing this because I already wrote my stuff.
And then, yeah, you just write the quote that you want in the middle and your name on the top and bottom.
So here's a good time to talk about what are some things that are inspiring to you, or what are some things that we could give them ideas about writing on the back of our canvases.
Maybe a quote. You could search up a quote you find online. Whatever you want, really.
Yeah, something that's inspiring to you. I know that she mentioned something about positive affirmations, and a positive affirmation is just something that you either say to yourself or someone else that is positive and uplifting. So something that is personal to you, that you can reference and continue to look back on.
So anybody have any ideas?
Yeah, so in this case, I wrote a true painter paints from the heart. So
I love that.
that's my inspirational quote on the back of my canvas.
Very nice.
And you can see through the writing through the canvas, but that's okay because you're just going to put the paint on top of it, so it doesn't really matter.
Okay, once everyone writes theirs, Danielle will continue explaining the instructions.
And we'll explain, or she'll explain later what we do with the other 4 cups.
And actually at this time too, while she's writing, this might be a good opportunity. If you guys do want a kit, this is the person that you'll be reaching out to. It's Leila Parnian, okay? And her information is right down here. So if you want a kit of your own to use at home, you can just contact her, and we'll give you that contact information linked below if you're having a hard time seeing it right now as well. But
Sure.
yeah, she's awesome.
Yes,
You can,
this
yeah.
is-
Good idea.
Here, let's.
But then you're not going to be
No,
able to see.
it's
No, put it back. Because then you can't
Here,
see what
I got it.
Shane
You can
and
come
I are
back.
doing.
Oh, you're right.
So I went ahead and I wrote 2 different things. I wrote, one is an intention.
No, because
And
you can't see the board.
my intention.
It's okay. You couldn't see the
Oh,
name
okay.
anyway. Well, it's gonna be in the description.
All right. So the intention that I have written is, especially during this time, to be still and to grow.
Oh, shoot.
Because there are a lot of times that we get so busy with our life that we just kind of keep going on our busy schedules. And right now, our lives have been disrupted. So now's a time to really grow for ourselves. And then the other thing I wrote is inspire others every day because you're awesome. So I think when we do those affirmations, those positive affirmations about ourselves, those are the things that we can do. Hirosh, what's one thing that you could write on the back of your canvas?
You could write something, a positive affirmation like, I'm trying to think of one. in the moment.
Yeah, that's kind of hard to think.
That's why it took
On
so
the
long
spot.
when we were all writing.
I'm awesome. I am strong. Any of those I am statements, right?
Yeah, like I believe in myself. I can do this.
I love
Yeah,
that.
absolutely.
I
I
can
love
do
that.
this. Is a good one.
The thing that I wrote is just all you can do is take the next step. I was inspired by Frozen, to be honest, about this one. But I think that it's a really solid message because I think sometimes we get really caught up in not really knowing what to do next. But if we think that our next right step is a good one, then that's all we can go off of, right? Continue to make your next right choice, especially at times of uncertainty. So, yeah.
Also,
It's-
you're just off of this unrelatedly, you have exact enough like materials, exactly enough sticks and cups. So don't yeah, you have exactly enough. So don't waste any of them.
Oh, that's good to know.
Yeah, because even though it looks like you have a lot extra cups, you have exactly enough for one for 2 things per box.
Yeah, so if one gets ruined,
You basically lose one of them, unless if you have cups of your own, you can.
yeah.
All right, so with this exercise and with this pour art, we're supposed to pour our heart into the masterpiece that we're about to make. So when we were talking earlier about the colors that we wanted, because we wanted to know ahead of time of how this was going to look for us, we kind of chose a little bit of themes based on the colors that we like, the ones that inspire us, all of those types of things. We're gonna pour our hearts into these masterpieces. All right, so everybody has placed their canvas back on the cups. Everybody else has put their gloves on except for me, because we're about to get messy and creative.
I like messy and pretty.
All right, so now everybody has chosen their colors. Please open the bottles of paint and squeeze about 1 ounce,
Yes.
which is half of the bottle, 1 ounce, which is half of the bottle, into 1 Dixie cup. All right. So what colors do I have? Orange. I have some orange too. If you would pour half of the orange in there.
Right, sure.
Excellent.
So you want 4 colors. So four colors, in each color you can use half of the bottle. Now in this scenario, I've also used all of purple, but I'm using that as 2 colors. So I have 2 purples.
So you don't have to use exactly 4, because I have only picked out 3 colors, and mine is going to be perfectly fine.
I would put it half and half into your cups though. So
Yeah,
that
yeah.
you
I'm
can
still gonna pour the
Yep.
half of the purple into 1 cup, half of the purple into another.
All right. You guys have done this before. Mandy and I are like flying by the seat of our pants
is
here.
our
We don't
first
really
time.
know what's gonna happen.
I'm
or
basically
how
eyeballing
messy
if
this
it's
is.
half. Honestly.
Yeah, that's kind of what I did too.
I can't really tell if it's half, but yeah.
It's kind of the cool
So
We
thing.
have
it's
4
dust.
different canvases, so.
I
Yeah,
feel
so
like, I'm hearing a bunch of ducks right now, just going quack.
That's me.
I am all red, right? Or was I?
Oh yeah, and you don't have purple. So
No.
Kurosh has 2 purples.
Right. He's
Okay.
good. Yeah.
Wait,
So I basically
I have
have the whole
purple.
thing. No. If you look,
You have
you
half
have
of
one.
it.
You
Yeah,
have
so you
Mandy's
have half of mine. So I'll give you half of
one
this,
of
okay?
those with you.
Right. Yeah.
All right.
where's
I
that
need.
duck?
Who else has
Right.
yellow?
Yellow's right here.
Okay. Who has the other half of
Me.
yellow? You. Okay. Let me do that
All
for you.
right, and then
Okay, what's my last color?
Madonna, did you get gold?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I
I
have
got
the
my
other
gold right
half
there.
of. Yeah, I have the other half of gold one now.
There you go. Purple.
Whoa.
Red. I have somebody's half of red for somebody. So
I already got mine.
perfect. Thank you. That's okay.
That's
gonna
okay.
get a
We're
little
getting
messy.
messy.
I know. but
Jeez, it's
still.
confusing, and we already picked her. Imagine how difficult this would have been if we didn't pick.
I'm
pick
so
her
glad
colors.
we did that.
Yeah, that was pretty.
So note to self, if you're doing this with siblings, pick your colors in advance
Yeah.
so that they can kind of think about what they want. Because we had a lot of switching back and forth,
We
honestly.
did.
Yeah,
We did
before.
We did some creative trading.
Yeah, before the video, before the live stream started, we
Everyone.
had we were
Did you already
literally
get
doing this
your
for like 10 minutes. Yeah, I got
I mean, I went back and forth on my colors a lot. So.
Yeah.
She's got yellow.
Oh yeah, you're splitting that one.
Yep,
with me.
yep. I'm getting us ready to go.
Perfect.
I believe
Because
that's
once
three
again,
colors. Oh,
once again, not even
that.
you don't even have extra paint. You have exactly enough paint for 2 canvases.
I heard.
The only reason why we have a little bit of extra black is because
Oh.
Manana is using 3 cups, which is okay, but it's suggested to use 4.
We're gonna
So-
see how the 3 turns out.
Yeah.
I'm the only one using it, so we're gonna see what happens.
Experiment.
So
See, this
yeah,
is now
that's just
science.
adding to the thing of like, do not waste your materials, because even though it's a lot of stuff, it comes with exactly enough. There's exactly enough bottles of paint for you to have your 2 canvases,
Yep.
2 canvases. I think there are 16 cups, is it?
And the only reason why
Alright.
there's one extra
Yes.
cup is because I didn't use 4.
Okay, so our next step, Kurosh, could you pour the magic sauce or the pouring medium for
Should I take off the cap,
yourself?
or should I just? Yeah, I'll just take off the cap. How much of it should I use?
It says pour it into each cup of your colors, almost to the top. You need to leave a little space in the cup to be able to mix the paint.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then pass it to Mandana and she can fill hers. Mandy, would you like to fill?
So add this white stuff to every single one of your cups that with each paint. Fill it almost to the top, but enough room so you can mix all of
Yeah,
your
because
stuff
if you
together.
don't have enough room to mix, it's just gonna get it on the canvas already, and then it might ruin it.
Is there
I'll
extra
still look
purple in the
good.
other?
And you
purple
can put your cups off to the side as a preventative
I feel
measure
it.
so they
one?
don't
I can use the rest of that.
fall on your canvas, but either way is good.
No, there's no more purple.
Oh, I thought there was.
Kind of
There's
looks
a
like
little.
milk. Don't drink it.
Kind of looks like milk. Don't drink it.
It may look like milk, but it's not.
It's deceiving, isn't it?
Not really sound like milk.
Okay, now one stick per
That's true.
cup. You can't really see my stick from here, but we have 4 sticks. Stick gets its own cup, so you don't mix the paint together because the paint's gonna be finally mixed on the actual canvas. We're not actually trying to mix the paints right now. I might have put a little bit too much of this wet stuff.
The
I don't
magic
have too much
sauce.
mixing room. Magic sauce.
Magic milk.
And you're supposed to mix each cup for 1 minute.
1 minute.
That's what it says.
That's a lot of mixing.
That's a lot of mixing.
So, question, guys, if you remember, does this pouring medium give it any whiteness?
No.
No.
It thins the color out, but it doesn't really give it any white.
I see.
Very cool.
Okay.
Basically, like it's kind of like food coloring. Not the paint is kind of like food coloring. It completely changes the whole color of the whole thing. Like 2 drops will change an entire bottle of water, but like 10 drops will make it dark that color. You know.
Yeah. Example. And we're using a different stick for every single one. Did we already say that?
It's a full minute of mixing per cup.
And if we could fast forward this and make it faster for you, we would.
But oh shoot, I probably shouldn't be mixing over my canvas.
You spilled it on your canvas.
It's okay because
All
the paint
good,
will go
character.
over. Yeah, everything is fine, but yeah,
Everything is fine.
just
Everything is awesome.
thinking. For
We
next
would
time.
skip this part for you. If we
And
had
for our
the
viewers,
chance.
right? You prevented that from happening to them.
Yeah, live streams they suck, man.
I kinda
Yeah.
like 'em.
No fast speeding through this stuff.
Yeah.
But this is art. All good.
Yep.
That's why you shouldn't do stuff that takes like 2 hours.
So how's your day?
Good.
Okay, so Karosh, what colors did you choose over there?
I have 2 purples, 1 black, and 1 gold.
So are you gonna sandwich purple on top and bottom?
I think I might.
Because
I think I might do 1 bottom purple and then a second to top layer purple.
Oh, interesting. Okay, so I'm going with like the summer theme.
I think I might use black on the bottom just as a base. You know?
Yeah, I like that. So you also have to think about the order of your colors.
Yeah, because if you put black on the bottom, it'll end up. If you put black on the bottom of your cup, it'll end up on the top of your canvas, coloring your whole canvas black, which is probably not preferable. So whatever you put on the top of your cup, remember that'll actually end up the bottom color because you're flipping over the whole thing.
Yeah, so what's gonna happen is you have your cup, you pour your colors into it. So say I want purple on the top, I'm gonna have to put purple first. Because what's gonna happen is I'm gonna take the canvas and go like this. So if purple was on the bottom, it would be on the top because it's gonna go out like this.
So, anybody want to give me some ideas? I've got 2 reds, a orange,
Red should be your base.
and a yellow.
You should probably use both reds as your base.
I don't
just-
want to use both reds as my base though, because then it
Because
doesn't
red
mix
will-
in.
But wouldn't red be like too strong of a color for like the summer kind of theme? Since you have 1 orange and 1 yellow, I think you should probably go with strongest of weakest.
I
Well,
can
there
do
weren't
2
2
yellows.
yellows.
Oh yeah.
She wanted to, but you should probably go with like 2
I
reds
want-
on the bottom,
do you want to
then
swap?
orange, then yellow.
I want orange to be on top.
Or yeah, because orange is your favorite color.
Correct. Thank you for knowing that. Orange is my favorite
So your
color.
favorite color is orange, but you like green.
I see you
I
for
do like
like
green.
8 hours a day.
That's
Danielle,
Mandy's
but I
favorite
obviously
color.
know
That
orange
is
is
my
your favorite color.
Yours blue?
Wait, Danielle,
Yeah.
I know what your favorite color is.
Chris,
orange.
is your favorite color
What's my
still
favorite
yellow?
color? Wow, you
Aqua?
don't even know.
No, it's turquoise.
Aqua.
None of you know. Danielle's correct. It's aqua.
Yeah.
What's my second favorite color?
Yellow.
Yellow.
What's my third favorite color?
Orange.
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
That one I don't know that I got there. All right.
But you
well,
don't like white and black.
Black.
It is.
Black's my favorite
I
color.
didn't know that.
Wow.
We're learning about each other.
okay.
No one listens to me. I said this all the time.
Okay. So before we move on here, how am I gonna?
Yeah, mine is already done because.
I want to do.
Oh, I'm just taking extra.
I want to do orange in the bottom of my cup
Because
because
you
I
like pink colors.
I want orange on top. So that's going to be in the bottom of my cup. And then yellow and then both reds. That's your suggestion?
I think that's
I think I was thinking, yeah, both reds on top, and then first you should probably go with orange, then
Orange,
yellow, then both
then
reds.
yellow, then both reds.
Because red will seep in since it's so much red.
Okay, I'm gonna do purple first. I have mine in the order that I want to put them in. Purple first because it's my favorite color, then gold, then red.
That's a good strategy.
I don't like.
Oh, mine are inadvertently in order. That's funny.
Yeah.
Interesting. Have you
I don't
thought about
really
yours?
like
Yeah.
purple. It's not one of my
Purple
favorite
much.
colors, but I think it looks really good in the style of this art. So yeah,
Okay,
I'm
wait.
using a lot of purple.
Before we do it, now that each cup has the mixed paint ready, we will now pour them into the main cup.
So this big cup, once again, you have exactly enough cups.
One at a time, pour the paint of the smaller Dixie cup into the large clear cup. The paint that goes first, usually, not always, is the one that comes out
And
last.
the reason why it's not always is because sometimes the paint might seep to the bottom or spill to like if you put the color red on top, it might like sink or like the color will go to the bottom.
All right, so this is really important. When you put it into the large clear cup, do not mix the paints.
Yeah, then it'll just come out as probably a brown blob.
Okay.
Okay, I'm pouring
I'm a
in
little
my
nervous
colors.
about this part.
It's gonna be great.
I'm going with purple first.
want
it to turn
out well.
It will.
Okay, first I'm going with purple. Then I'm probably gonna go with my gold. Purple, then gold, and then I'm probably gonna put my purple on top of that.
I wonder how these little like paints on the side
Oh
will
shoot!
like mix in.
I just realized you're supposed to slowly pour to the side of the cup so the paint doesn't splash all the way through, like this.
What?
Oh, I see.
Yeah, so
that's okay.
when you pour it from the top, it just shoots all the way to the bottom because of the speed.
That makes
Mine-
sense.
It doesn't matter. Mine will still look beautiful.
Oh my gosh, my gold got absorbed by the purple.
What?
Yeah, that's what happened to mine too, and that's
Kinda
what
cool.
that's what I realized you're supposed to pour from the side.
Oh,
Yeah, if you want to control the layers better, you could probably pour from the side of your cup just slower.
Yeah, I
and
just tried
place
what
it
you
on
said.
top instead of shooting it, and that'll probably make more of the effect you want.
That
You
was,
want
that
that
was a
effect?
helpful hint.
If only I knew that before I poured my first
depends on
color.
what you're going for.
Just depends on which.
And then this, we're just pouring our intentions into
My
it.
purple
So-
has absorbed all my colors.
Okay, so
I'm not
once you've
there
done
yet.
this,
Hey, you don't have the instructions.
you're gonna take your canvas and place it upside down on top of your cup, okay? To cut off all
I feel like we should wait for them.
like this. So you're gonna hold your paint cup under your canvas, and then you're gonna flip it.
I'll do mine with you.
So once you flipped it,
I mean,
carefully place it back down on your little cups, and then slowly release it. Also, probably move what's around it so it doesn't get on all that stuff. And
Yeah.
then slowly release it to make. Oh no, mine's all black and stuff. That's cool though.
It's gonna be
Okay.
awesome.
I don't know if I'm gonna be that good at the flipping part, but flip.
do your
And then you pick up your
best.
canvas and you move it around.
Okay, let's do this. Slowly. That was not slowly. Mine looks so cool.
Okay, so
Drippy
do
drop.
this.
Drip drop.
Yep.
And then you
And it
Flop
should
it.
spill. You should move your canvas around to where it gets every single corner, all covered in paint. Monday, you should start moving yours around
Mine-
before
mine-
it dries. So if
Yeah,
you're-
that's literally what mine did.
Yeah.
It suctioned to the bottom and then it all came out in one.
Look at his booty. I mean beauty.
I like it. Looks awesome.
I feel like it looks really cool.
I didn't get this corner. Oh no, we'll have enough
Oh
paint to
my
get there.
gosh, yours looks so cool.
Wow.
Look at Claire's.
Yeah, that looks awesome.
Mine has kind of ripped apart, making it more yellowy. Or
I thought mine was cool. You should see
Yours
his.
is cool too.
Alright, so now
I
we
think
just
his is a lot better.
Yep, and then just get it all around the canvas, they said.
So it will get really messy. That's why you have the gloves. But yeah, you want to make sure or not make sure. Maybe you want to get your clothes messy just so you can look like Mortis. But yeah,
Depends on what look you're
if
going
you don't want your clothes to be messy, you should probably hold it away from your clothes when you're doing this type of
It's
stuff.
dripping. It's dripping.
It's dripping.
take some serious concentration.
It does, right? I'm so glad we have these gloves.
Oh wow, yours is getting on your fingers. I haven't gotten anything on my fingers.
Oh, just a little bit.
Whoa, Mandy, yours is so cool.
Thanks.
Everyone's looks so cool. I kind of don't like mine that much.
Wow, guys, the yellow was like way encased in there, and I had to shift it around for it to even be visible.
I poured
That's
some more stuff from my
That
cup
looks
that's
awesome.
stuck in there.
I like that how the red came first.
Now I poured
Drip.
some.
Drip.
Strategy I used is I picked up my cup again and I poured it back on the canvas and then I'm moving it around again to make lines like this.
Oh no, this corner. It's not Finn. Philip. Oh,
And
no.
yeah, it takes like how many hours, Danielle?
24 hours.
It takes 24 hours or longer to dry. So
Philip, come
yeah.
on, come on,
You're just gonna leave this out, let it dry
come
for
on, my
24
little
hours.
friend. I want you to drip.
I don't know what to do with my hands now.
This was fun.
Wasn't it? This was fun.
Come on, get up the canvas.
Everybody's looks so different.
I feel like mine's.
That looks cool, Krosh. I like that.
Okay.
You lift a bit
No,
back up.
one
I
of the
might do that
corners.
too.
It's not. No. Wait.
Use your finger. Use your finger. Wipe your finger on the corner. And then spread it out some more. No. Don't wipe the canvas or else it'll start making some ugly imprints that you won't want. Ooh, I like this. Look at
I
that.
want the red canvas.
I have this drop that I can
Yours is
control to
so
paint the
cool.
canvas.
I like yours a lot. I'm getting this red and I'm just like hitting it a lot. Oh, my hands are messy.
Mine too.
Look at mine.
Yeah, you're messiest.
And then you can go
I'm
out and
shy,
sell
please.
the canvas. And then
That
you can
makes
go out and sell each one for $20.50, and then you end up making a $1 profit from every box you order. Oh no, one of the corners.
It turned out cool.
There we go.
No, this corner doesn't have any.
Oh, gosh.
Alright.
Mandy, Danielle, oh my gosh, I like everyone's. I don't like mine though.
Yours is cool.
At first I thought mine was cool, but then I don't,
This part on the left corner, the way that the red is showing, looks awesome. All
I'm
right.
probably gonna use some of my black to cover it. I'm just gonna use my stick to add
So
designs.
again, if you would like to participate, you just have to email Leila Partian, and her information is right up here. We're gonna link it as well. I know that you can't see it.
Yeah, in the description.
Yeah, we'll link it in the description. But this is really fun and a great thing to do at home. As long as you stay clean.
Well, or not.
Well, we're not staying clean. but
Yeah.
We got gloves on.
We did
See,
the right
like,
thing,
I'm
though.
clean.
Yeah.
And my gloves are not. But
Yes.
that's okay, because they're just gloves.
We have a lot of content to come, so please join us again tomorrow at 1 p.m.
Yep.
Right?
Tomorrow we're gonna do food science and chemistry in the kitchen. So make sure you come back.
See you then.
It's gonna be a good time.
Bye.
Bye.
How many people did we have?